I'm going to be putting down the keyboard, looking into my book, into a video I have just done, in which I was interrupted at the door, where I didn't scream or holler a little louder until I left the computer and said I'll come back, but I shut off the video and it did not upload. I don't like this day. I don't like this weekend. I don't like the rest of the next 21 months. 21 is a dice cube. 1 to 6 ends on 21. You add the 7th gate. 21 and 7 make 28. They all go into the 8th card, 6, 7, and 8, which are 21, making 21 actually equaling to 8. Therefore, 2 and 1 equals 3. You have 3 and 8. 1 and 2 goes into 3, so 3 is alive with 1 and 2. 3 and 5 come together and make a bow tie. So now 5 is alone. But the center dot of the ace is inside the 5 as well as the 3. But the 5 stands alone. The 3 stands along with the ace and the deuce, but is not repeated unless it reflects the heaven that comes about within it. That would be the 8 card. In it would be the 9 card that only exists once in the deck. The 10 is a partial reportage. How can I show you the 10 card? Let me show you the 10 card. Should have taken them all out to start. Isn't that correct? I'm going to look for probably a couple of hours, and by the time I get back, the video will be over. Okay. Here's the 10. Here's the 9. Do you see anything the same in the 10 and the 9? 10, 9, center. 9 and 10, 6 together. The child, the man on the moon. The house you live in. You live in this house, you live in this house. Here's your heart. Here's your X. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 and the 9 go into each other. 5 and 9 go into each other. Part of the 9 goes into the 10, but all of the 5 goes into the 9. 9 is not lost within 8. 9 lives on the 8, the moons. One moon here, one moon here. Different worlds. One spirit, one incoming, AC and DC. The 7 is inside the 8. The 4 corners of the 5 are the 4 corners of the 9, or the 4 corners of the 7. The 4 is in the 5, is in the 6, is in the 7, is in the 8, is in the 9, and is in the 10. It's in all the cards. So, take away A, B, and C. You start with D4. You finish with J10, JD, the only 2 that come together, 10 and 4, October 4th. From the beginning to the end, Alpha, Omega. 3 and 6. Why do we have 3 and 6? Why does 3 and 6 come together with 0, 4, and 10? It's for the reason that 3 and 6, I'm dropping cards all over the place. I may as well be throwing them in the air, you know what I'm saying? Then I'll have to pick them up. Hey, he's acting like a big shot. Where's that 3? Found the 6 a couple of times, and another time. But I want to show you. There it is. So you see the 3? You got your 9 planets, 3, 3, and 3. See how much closer your planets are this way compared to your planets this way? This goes in between here. You have 3, 6, and 9. So what you have together is 3 and 6 in the cards. Create your 9 in whole. And 9 and 10 come together. And 7, 8, and 6 come together because they look the same. And this is the way you put them all together. This is what's going on right now. I don't know where to go. We were talking about JD, okay? Now, D added up all the way to 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 equals 9, 15, 22, 30, 39 plus 10. The total is 49. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The total is 49, and there are 7 numbers here, 7 and 49. They call that Lotto Max, some sort of new lottery. So these are the numbers that add up to 4 and 10, that add up to 49 of 7 numbers. 7 by 7 is 49. The other thing that there is to understand is, here's the center. It would turn, this would go straight up here, it would drop and slide. If this comes down, this goes up. But I wanted to show you something else. I'm not sure if I showed you. This little thing over here, as you turn it, it's going to point in different directions. If you were hitting a ball against it, you hit this side, it'll go that way. If you hit this side, it'll go that way. You hit this side, it'll go that way. But if this was a knob in between something, the Pontiac image sign, okay? I extended here and I extended here, and it ends up with your 77, okay? Now imagine if these two were different kinds and not on top of each other, 2 of them. I add this onto it, the 2 knobs, you end up with the mug and dove it. But imagine if those 2 knobs were individualized and it turned. Let me try and see if I have this design. I'm gonna just design it right here. These 2 triangles, right? Inside these 2 triangles, you put one of those knobs, like bed knobs and broomsticks, and you turn it. And once it turns one of these, the other one will turn. There's 2 triangles over each other. The other thing I wanted to show you was when you want to turn it, since the knobs are different, the knobs would go right over here. When you create the 2 knobs over each other, see the 2 triangles? They make the Illuminati sign. 2 knobs, 2 triangles, inside is another triangle that turns tick, 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 tick. Anyways, that's the way it ticks. Tick, tick, tick. Indiana Jones, Lucasfilms, bring me up to date with this. What's going on? Gold Bond, medicated powder. Okay, what's going on? Now we have San Francisco 49ers in, okay, and Peyton Manning did this one. He was number 93, and I think 93 is like one of the highest routes to get the Hoover Dam, which all the way along to the other end, if you really follow my drift, we get to San Francisco. So the birds of the Ravens who've crowed all year through the seeding of Monsanto's seed has come back to fight a Raven over a 49er, where it was the Ravens who picked up all the dead, who looked for gold, who found the gold, but who were struck. The yellow gold, the energy of the lightning rod. Never forget the yellow gold of Franklin. How about Cinderella? In French, they go Cendrillon. It also says astre, the word 5, to drill, and it says lion. 7286, my number, boxes in the circle of life in Africa. Okay? Numbers in Sweden on horses. The minute it gets to the 12th horse, they're all red. That was in thoroughbred. How else can I explain? One more thing. Remember I was talking about the knob before? Well, here's the knob. The only reason the line is crossed on it, okay, is because it bumps in to the back of the other one. That's all. I didn't like that. Ejaculation. What did you say, Krista? Ejaculation. Another jack? An E-jack? Well, what's the difference between an E-jack and an I-jack and an O-jack? Oh, say, hey, what do you mean, oh, say? He's going to be singing the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see? What do I see? Is it somewhere, someplace? Don't forget, today is day number 34. In 10 days, it'll be the eve of the 44th day, or Valentine's Day is always the 44th day. Does that mean we're going to get an early present this week and something, some parking lot, some bridge, something that's not going to actually touch? It's going to be a little different this time because it has to be a little different. It's be a little bit different. I'm not sure which way to go. If you ever seen cut out corners in a square, well, if you had a square in the middle here and you put it on top of this, and these were fiery red, then all the four corners would be busting out, putting a plate in between the four volcanoes, another plate, and another plate. It's like having nuclear, four different nuclear, one here, one here, one here, and one here. Do you know where they have a setup like this? Hoover Dam. Cendrillon, something to do with millions and trillions. The 44th day of the year, the day of the cat. Why? Because 2 4s, or 4 in French, is cat. So you have 2 cats getting together on the night before Halloween? No, the night before Valentine's Day. Halloween is the dog night. No? Get out of the doghouse, my friend. Then there's months. We just showed you how 1, 2, and 3 fit together. Well, if 1, 2, and 3 fit together, on the dice it's designed one way. The 1 is the same. But the 2 that are different on the dice and the card is the 2 and the 3. Is sort of different. Okay? Here's the 3. I know they're closer together, but it's on an angle. But what if you held it this way? Because the other world's being held this way. Who says the dice goes this way? Who says the dice doesn't go this way? Or this way? Or this way? 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 and 12. Which way do you want to put it? 10:30 and 4:30. This angle is 1:30 in the afternoon, and 6, is it 7 o'clock, 7:30, 6:30 at night? Fell on the floor. Raphael 7286. The other thing is, I don't know if you saw this, they turn, and when it comes on this angle, if you connect to both sides, it makes the design for Amtrak or a plane out of the exhaust. This design over here is on the 10, 11, 13 of the roulette wheel. There's a lot of things connected. I'm just throwing out a few of them, not very much. Is there anything else in this book that I haven't mentioned? How about this? M, or W, and V creates a square. Put it on this side, okay? You have one of them. You put another one like this on this side, eliminates a square, you have 2 sigmas. It's all taking out and putting in and taking out. And the minute you want, you take one of these, and you take one of these, and you put them like this over a rainbow, and now you have an extension for wherever your rainbow is. And now if you put them like this, like on an 8 card, you have your rainbow, you have this, you have another one, your other rainbow, you got the number 8. Yes, one other thing I wanted to show you, share with you. Hearts. Here's a heart, here's a B, here's a 13. Heartbeat 13, heartbeat 13, heartbeat 13. 13 and 13 is 26. 13 and 13 is 26. 6, 22, 6. This is your 4-leaf clover. Here's the petal stone to hold it together. Here's the outline of the 8. It's a 3. Put 2 lines with it. You get 2 lines with this. It looks like a nuclear reactor holding it up. It's the letter I. The letter I comes together. The devil on the inside or on the outside. You want to talk about the 8 card, but these nuclear reactors and all these things in the letter I is very popular because there's something on the ground that they're doing, and it ain't God. That's total I all the time. And then there's the telephone and the keyboard and everything else that comes together, but not me, not as one, but all of us together. If whoever wants and whatever we do get together, we will find it as a whole in a group, because one will only find one piece and more will find one piece more. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. I do not like this weekend. This weekend is a repetition of John F. Kennedy and Barack Obama, because the 43rd and 34th go together on this day, creating 77, also connecting to the gematria of Christ. Thank you for listening. I hope you get to see this before the game starts. Everybody enjoy the game. And the next 21 months, let's see what they have wrapped up for us.